Hello everybody, how you doing? This is Mr. Dowse. On this video I'm going to talk about how to go from an equation of a line in point slope form and how to use that information to plot and make the line on a graph. And so I'm just going to jump into this the first problem here. It says graph a line using the given equation of a line in point slope form. And so I've got an equation of a line in point slope form, and I need to decipher what's happening here so I can make it useful to me, so I can plot it on here to make the line. And so I've got the equation of point slope form up here on the top. Now I've got the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 in parentheses. Well, right now the easiest thing to identify for me is the slope. And so m is the slope here. And so I'm going to go down here. I'm going to put m equals 2. And so we got this guy taken care of right now. But then I have this -1 and I have this +3. What can I do with that information here? Well, if you look at the equation up here, this is y1. And if I look at this +3, this is the x1. And so this is going to be the x1. But if you watch the video from before, the video I have where it says making an equation in point slope form, if you've watched that video, there's a little tricky thing going on here. This x1 comma y1, when it goes from the equation down to the point, we actually end up switching the sign of the points, switching the sign. And so this -1 on the y1 is actually going to be a coordinate that's a +1. And then this +3 for x1 is actually going to end up becoming a -3. And so there's a little trick to the trade there. And the idea here is this guy here is y1. And then this negative sign is separate by itself. So this 1 is y1. This negative sign is this negative sign right here. And so this 1 is y1. The negative sign is separate. It's just part of the equation. And then this guy here is x1. And so this guy here is x1, but there's a problem here. There should be a negative in front. There should be a negative in front. What happened here was this was actually an x minus a -3 here. And so the two negatives make it a positive. And so for this to be a positive here, there had to be a negative number here. And so this is actually a -3. If that doesn't make sense to you, go back and watch my video that's titled Making an Equation in Point Slope Form. This is the last slide. I made the video of it. Sorry, it's a little drawn on, but I just kind of did it that way. And so right now on this problem, we have the slope and we have a point that line crosses through. This is the slope of the line. This is a point that that line crosses through. And so I'm going to start by plotting the point. So the first step here is to plot the point. And so if I plot the point here, let me change colors here to make it red. I'm going to go back 3 and then I'm going to go up 1. This is this guy right here. So this is the -3, 1. And then I'm going to use this slope of 2 and do rise over run from this point here to help create the line. Now slope of 2 as rise over run, I need to make that into a fraction, which is 2 over 1. And so from this -3, 1, which is the starting point, I'm going to go up 2 over 1, and I can keep going up 2 over 1, and I'm going to start plotting points that this line is crossing through. Now I ran out of space here, so I'm going to go down 2, back 1, down 2, back 1, and if I were to connect these dots here, you're going to see that I'm going to create a line. And so from here all the way up to here, this is what the line looks like. And again, this guy -3, 1 is this guy right here. This is the -3, 1, and this line has a slope of 2. And so from this equation, I showed you how to go from this equation and how to graph it on a line. And so again, the slope is just 2, and then I had to switch the signs of these coordinates to get the -3 and 1. And so let's just do one more problem to help you understand what's going on here. And so again, it says graph a line using the given equation of a line in point slope form. And so y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I'm just gonna look at this equation, and I'm gonna look down here, and I'm gonna see that this guy is y1. This is the slope, and this is x1 right here. And so the slope is easy to identify. That's going to stay as a -4 over 3. And so this whole guy right here is the slope. And then for the x1 and y1, I'm going to say the x1, well, that is a -2 here. From the -2 to the point, I need to switch the signs. So that should be a positive 2. And then for the y1, a negative 5 here is going to end up being a positive 5 here. Again, these negative signs are part of the equation. This guy is this guy here. And so this is the y1. And then the x1, this negative sign is this negative sign. And so this 2 is this x1 here. And so this is a positive 5 here. This is a positive 2. And then from here, I'm going to plot here. I'm going to plot the point. So I'm going to plot the point. Where is 2, 5? Over 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the 2, 5. This is my starting point. I'll make it real big. And then I'm going to plot the negative 4 down 3 here. This is the rise. This is the run. I'm going to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 3. Down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 3. I can't go any further here, but let's go back 1, 2, 3, 4, back 3. And I've used all the space I can on here. And if I connect the dots, I'm going to get my line. Again, this guy was a starting point. This was the 2, 5. And then I plotted the slope, negative 4 over 3, and I got my graph. Anyways, hopefully this helps you understand how to go from an equation of a line in point slope form into graphing the line on a coordinate grid. Anyways, hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.